see a number of police will probably start to walk down shortly.
Hang on, we've seen, what are they throwing at the police horse?
They'd be throwing anything they can get their hands on. See, and it's this fringe element here that have got to go. They're not there for the right reasons. They are there purely to antagonise, to disrupt and potentially harm the police. I mean, throwing objects like that at a police horse, I mean...
As I've been saying for many years, that what's happening in the US and UK will eventually happen in Australia as well. The UK police have set a precedent by letting the so-called pro-Palestine hate marchers do everything and anything they want. There have been hundreds of marches in London since October 7th, where these pro-Hamas protesters have basically gone feral and taken over the streets.
If the West feels so sorry for the Israeli Zionists, why don't they give a place in Germany? Why don't they go to Hitler's back garden and make an occupation there? Then they will know what kind of people these are. Why every so many hundred years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people. They probably made a program so they can create a state of Israel in the expense of Palestinian Muslims' blood.
Check out this video where these pro-Hamas protesters attacked the London police, yet we were constantly told that these protests were largely peaceful. There are so many videos like this where the British police are attacked by these rioters, and the lack of police action only emboldens them. It emboldens them not just in the UK, but all over the world, including Australia. Australian pro-Hamas protesters have been somewhat subdued because Australia hasn't fallen to this woke madness like the rest of the West yet. But for how long? We have a Labour government that gave tourist visas to Gazan refugees and intends to bring 3,000 Gazans into Australia. What does this government think will happen? Do they think these people aren't going to incite more violent protests in the streets of Sydney and Melbourne over Palestine? If a government is stupid enough to let people in from war zones, what do they think will happen? Of course, they will carry on their mission right here in Australia. We've seen it in the UK and the US. Why would Australia be any different? The only difference is that, unlike the UK police, Victoria police actually said enough. They used capsicum spray, batons, horses, and some even say tear gas and rubber bullets. I can't confirm the latter, though I would be happy to know if they did, because these people understand only one language, and that is a firm no in their faces. The more you let them off the hook or go easy on them, the worse they will behave. Just look at England. Because Britain allowed too many of these people, they are now forced to pick a side, either the native British or these aggressive foreigners. Unfortunately, Britain under Tutier Keir has picked a side. He uses horses, batons and dogs on the natives, but this is how they talk to pro-Hamas protesters.
You need to come down, sir.
Please come down, sir. Only if you're a native, we would have broken your skull by now. Britain has become a two-tier country and not in favor of the natives. And if we keep importing these people in and we keep allowing these people to behave like this, then Australia would also become a two-tier country. Yes, not all the pro-Hamas protesters are migrants or Muslims. A lot of white wokes have fallen for their propaganda as well and have become nothing but useful idiots. However, they are both protesting for different reasons. Muslims are protesting for Palestine for religious reasons because they believe in subduing the Jews, as their prophet said. Meanwhile, these silly wokes, who are mostly atheists, are protesting due to their warped view of the white man colonialism oppressor dichotomy. The LGBTQ community is at the forefront of these pro-Hamas protests.
Free, free Palestine has got to go, hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go, hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go.
The very Hamas that advocates for killing them.
حديث ابن عباس على الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم: من وجدتموه يعمل عمل قوم لوط فاقتلوا الفاعل والمفعول به، الموجب والسالب. جروب بدر تقول انت موجب ولا سالب؟ طب انا مش عارفه ايه. طب انت اقتلوهم الفاعل والمفعول.
You know what? So far, I'm happy with the Australian police's reaction. They used necessary force to quell these miscreants who want to turn our streets into a war zone for their political objectives. These people are vile scumbags. Check out this video where a busker is attacked after he refuses to stop playing his music on Burke Street.
Guys, excuse me, just finish what we're doing, just for 2 seconds. You've just brought that straight in front of us. Can you join us? No, we're just going to turn our stuff off. Yeah, I don't have a problem with your cause. Just stop it. I don't have a problem with your cause. Just let us actually move our stuff together.
You to fight for children with us.
I don't know you. I'm at work. I'm at work. I'm not going to engage.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Gaza! Just to be clear for everyone here, we come in peace, for peace. We are fighting for humanity. You want to make a few dollars? Stop!
They set bins on fire and threw projectiles at the police. We all know in Britain, when they throw projectiles at the police, nothing happens. Unless, of course, you are a native. I hope these violent scumbags who attacked the police are sent away for years. Check out this video where some of these rioters were ransacking a restaurant on the Yarra River. Luckily, we don't have the Met Police here. Victoria Police are still different and aren't afraid to use necessary force.
Keep
going! Thank you.
The Australian, one of Australia's most respected newspapers, said, and I quote, "The use of acid, projectiles and the targeting of police horses by anti-war protesters is a disgusting low among a group of demonstrators who have lost their moral compass." They're just finding out now? Where have they been for the past 11 months? Haven't they covered any of these protests in the UK, Canada, America? Let me show you a montage of some videos that came out of Melbourne, just so you understand how vile these people are.
From the West Gate Bridge into the city, a lot of major traffic police. Back to you for just being a lot of...
Yeah, Tegan, we might just... that is not on if people are actually mishandling our reporter. Are you okay, Tegan?
Yeah, sorry
basically grabbing the reins of the horses, pulling it back to allow the protesters through. There is always rogue elements of protests. Of course, there's a large number of these protesters that want it to be peaceful, that don't want any violence at all, but there's always those elements that you can't control.
Shame on you!
Anyway, the same mob all around the West is doing the same thing over and over again. I worry that they might now come after Victoria Police and campaign against this imaginary police brutality. This is how they soften the police in America and Britain, and they will do the same here in Australia as well. Do not let them. Join the debate on X. I hope you liked today's video. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and you can also support the channel by becoming a patron on patreon.com/HarrisSultan, or you can buy me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/HarrisSultan. Until next time, ta-ra. If you'd like to support my work, you can become my patron by going to patreon.com/HarrisSultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee.